Good day everyone, you're watching Radio Fixes. On this video, I'm going to talk about how to fix in case if you're not able to open Spotify or play music in Spotify in your Windows 11 machine. You would get an error message saying that something went wrong. There are a couple of things which you need to try to get this issue resolved. Now, the first thing what I would suggest you to check is to check if your Spotify server status. So probably if you're using Windows app, what you can do is you can try to launch Spotify using the Chrome or Edge browser. Check if you're able to play Spotify from the browser, or maybe you can try it on your mobile device or on a different computer if you have one. In case if you're able to play Spotify music on a different device or on a browser, then you can go ahead and try these steps. In case if the server is down, then you might have to wait for Spotify to come back. Now the step what you will have to do is you will have to go ahead and check for your VPN connection as a first step. In case if you're connected to VPN, I would suggest you to turn off the VPN and try to launch the Spotify and see if it is working. In case if you are able to open, which means that you might have to go back to your VPN, turn off the VPN completely and then try to launch Spotify. Or else what you can also do is you can try to change the server in your VPN and try to play music in your Spotify. In case if it works, well and good. In case if it doesn't work, the next step what I would suggest you to do is I would suggest you to log out and log in back in your Spotify. So probably you can try to open Spotify on your computer. Try to log out from your Spotify account and log in back. So you can click on this Spotify account, click on log out, log in back with your credential and see if that works. In case after logging in back, try to play your music and see if it works. In case if it works, well and good, you don't have to try the next step. In case if you're still facing a problem, as a next step, what I would suggest you to do is I would suggest you to reopen Spotify and then click on three dotted lines at the top left corner of the Spotify app and then click on help. See if there are any updates available. Click on about. In case if there are any updates available, I would suggest you to go ahead and install those updates and see if it is working. In case if it works, well and good, you don't have to try the next step. As a next step, what I would suggest you to do is I would suggest you to launch Spotify using a private session. Now the Spotify allows you to create a private session so your friends don't know what you're listening to. So when you have trouble using the app in normal mode, it's worth toggling to private session and see if it works. To do this, what you will have to do is you will have to click on the user icon and then click on private session and see if you're able to play music using the private session. In case if it works, well and good, you don't have to try the next step. In case if you're still facing a problem, then as a next step, what I would suggest you to do is I would suggest you to remove Spotify cache data on your computer. So to do this, what you will have to do is you will have to close Spotify on your computer. Now once you're on Spotify, you can click on the search and open run window, or you can press Windows and R key on your computer, which will open the run window. Here you will have to go and type percentage app data percentage and then click on OK. Once you're on this page, you will have to look for the Spotify folder. Now since I'm not using Spotify regularly on my computer, I don't have a Spotify folder. In case if you're using a Spotify, you would see Spotify folder under this section. So you will have to open the Spotify folder and delete all the contents from the Spotify folder. So once it is done, once you delete all the contents from the Spotify folder, you can try opening Spotify and see if you're able to play music on your computer using a Spotify app. In case if you're able to play music in your Spotify app, well and good, you don't have to try the next step. Now as a next step, what I would suggest you to do is I would suggest you to flush your DNS cache to fix a Spotify error. How do you do it? You will have to open command prompt on your computer. So in the search window, you can go ahead and type command prompt, or the best match, you will have to click on run as administrator. You might get a user access control prompt on your computer. In case if you get yes, you may click on yes on your screen. And once you have the command prompt open, what you will have to do is you will have to type ipconfig space / flush DNS. So basically this is the command what you will have to go ahead and type on your command prompt window, ipconfig space / flush DNS. I will also mention this command in the video description. You can also copy the command from the video description and place it here. Once you type this command and hit enter, so basically what this will do is this will go ahead and flush or clear the DNS cache on your computer. Once that is done, you can try launching Spotify on your computer and see if you are able to launch or play music in your Spotify on your computer. Now, in spite of trying all this step, if you're still facing a problem, the next step, what I would suggest you to do is, I would suggest you to go ahead and uninstall and reinstall Spotify on your computer. To do this, what you can do is you will have to close Spotify on your computer and then do a right click on the start button and then click on settings. Once you're on the settings page, click on apps on the left hand side. Once you're on the apps, now here you will have to go ahead and click on apps and features. So this will show you the list of apps which are installed from Microsoft Store or apps installed on in your Windows. So here you will have to locate for Spotify on your computer. So it would be in alphabetical order. So let's go ahead and locate for Spotify, or else you can also search for Spotify. Now once you have Spotify music, you can click on the three dotted lines here. Click on uninstall. Once it is uninstalled, you can try to go ahead and install it on from your Microsoft Store. So once it is done, once you reinstall Spotify, try to launch Spotify and see if you're able to play music in your Spotify. Once it is done, you can see if it is working. If it works, well and good. You don't have to try the next step. Now, in spite of trying all these steps, in case if you're still facing a problem with your Spotify and if you're not able to play music in your Spotify, I would suggest you to leave me a comment in the comment section so that I can come up with a possible solution. I hope this video was useful. In case if you like this video, please make sure to hit the like button and do not forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Have a great